Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be reading How Chile Came to New Mexico by Rudolfo Anaya. Long ago, before this land became known as New Mexico, it was the land of the Pueblo Indians. The people lived in villages along the Rio Grande and in the northern mountains. Young Eagle lived in one of these pueblos near the river. Every morning he got up early to help his father irrigate the cornfield. Today he paused to look across the water ditch at Sage, a lovely young woman who was helping her father gather summer squash. "Pay attention!" young Eagle's father shouted. Young Eagle had been daydreaming, and he had flooded a row of corn. "I'm sorry, father," young Eagle said. He hurried to fix the problem, but soon his gaze returned to Sage. Young Eagle's father knew his son was in love with Sage. Perhaps it was time for them to be together. "Do you want to marry Sage?" he asked. "Yes," a surprised young Eagle answered. "How did you know?" "You and Sage are good for each other," his father said. "Tonight we will talk to her parents, but I warn you, her father is very strict." Young Eagle jumped with joy and fell face down in the muddy water. Sage couldn't help laughing. Young Eagle looked funny, covered with mud. That night, young Eagle and his parents went to Sage's home, where they were greeted warmly. Sage's mother served roasted corn kernels and tea brewed from chokecherries she gathered by the river. Young Eagle and Sage sat quietly by the fireplace and listened. "I'm getting old," Sage's father said. "The corn and meat I eat have no flavor. Friends who come from the south tell us the Aztecs have chili, a fruit that makes food taste good. If young Eagle brings me chili seeds, I will let him marry my daughter." Young Eagle's parents didn't like what they heard. A journey to the land of the Aztecs would take many months. Natives from central Mexico sometimes brought parrot feathers to trade for turquoise, but no one from the Pueblo had ever visited that great country. "I will go," young Eagle said, looking at Sage. For her love, he would climb the highest mountain. That night, young Eagle's father spoke to his son. "You are going on a quest to find chili seeds. Your journey will not be easy. There are angry spirits who will try to stop you." "Why?" young Eagle asked. "They are jealous and do not want us to have anything that is good for our people. You must be careful." The next day, the entire Pueblo gathered to wish young Eagle a safe journey. Everyone thought chili would be a wonderful addition to their diet. Young Eagle's father filled a sack with roasted corn and jerky and a gourd with drinking water. His father gave him a bag of cornmeal and a new bow and arrows. Sage stepped forward and placed her turquoise necklace around young Eagle's neck. "This will keep you safe," she said, and hugged him. Young Eagle felt like flying. Now he knew he would accomplish his mission. "I promise to wait for you," Sage said. "I will return and marry you," young Eagle promised. He waved goodbye to family and friends and started on his journey. The elders shook their heads. They worried they would never see young Eagle again. His friends were glad he was proving his love for Sage, but they too were concerned. Later that afternoon, as young Eagle started across the river, a whirlpool rose up from the deep water and grabbed him. "A river monster!" young Eagle exclaimed. "I will drown you!" the water monster cried. Young Eagle struggled to get free, but the swirling arms on the whirlpool held him tight. "Let me go," young Eagle said, "and I will give you cornmeal." He took cornmeal from his sack and offered it to the river spirit. "You may go," the water monster said, and it disappeared back into the river. Young Eagle jumped safely to the riverbank. Young Eagle continued on his journey, and days later he came to a vast desert. For days he walked across the burning sand. By now he had no water left in the gourd. He thought of turning back, but his love for Sage kept him going. In the distance he saw trees and a pool of refreshing water. "Water!" he cried and ran to the oasis. He fell to his knees to drink, but only got a mouthful of sand. "Foolish boy," screeched a giant vulture on top of a tree. "I will not let you pass." The evil bird flapped its wings and flew down to attack. Young Eagle threw corn on the ground. When the vulture stopped to gather the kernels, Young Eagle placed an arrow to the bow and shot the bird. The wounded vulture fell to the ground and disappeared in a puff of smoke. The trees and water also disappeared. The oasis was a mirage the jealous spirits had placed there to keep Young Eagle from his goal. Young Eagle was determined. He walked on and found a stream where he could drink and filled the gourd with fresh water. The next day he came to a copper canyon so deep he could not see the bottom. It will take months to get across, Young Eagle thought. Not discouraged, he started down. Suddenly, a huge boulder with evil eyes and sharp teeth came tumbling toward Young Eagle. "I will crush you," the giant boulder shouted. Young Eagle held up Sage's necklace for protection. The boulder rolled away and fell down the cliff, breaking into 1,000 pieces at the bottom. Once again, Young Eagle was safe. A big eagle perched on a tree nearby spoke to Young Eagle. "Your parents and Sage gave you gifts to keep you safe." "Yes," Young Eagle said, admiring the beautiful bird. "Father said jealous spirits will try to keep me from my goal." "That is true," the eagle said, "but you must not quit." "What can I do?" Young Eagle asked. "It will take many moons to cross this canyon." "I will take you," the eagle said. "Climb on my back." Young Eagle climbed on the giant eagle's back, and it flew across the wide canyon. When they landed on the other side, Young Eagle thanked his friend. "I will wait for you," the eagle said, "but first you must cross the jungle and find the keepers of the magical spice." Young Eagle walked south, and along the way he saw birds with bright feathers, colorful butterflies, jaguars with glowing eyes, and pyramids that rose to the sky. He visited many Mexican tribes, and at each village he was welcomed as a seeker. Each day he walked further south until he arrived at the Valley of the Aztecs. When he walked into their magnificent city, an old man came to greet him. "Grandfather," Young Eagle said politely, "I am Young Eagle from the land of the great river in the north. I come seeking chili seeds so my people can grow the fruit." "Welcome, young warrior," the old man said. "I am Parrot Man, chief of my clan. The angry spirits could not stop you. You have earned the right to take chili seeds to your people." The people prepared a feast for Young Eagle. The women brought plates of boiled meat, corn, and squash. Parrot Man took a bowl of red chili powder and sprinkled some on Young Eagle's food. Young Eagle tasted the food and was surprised. The chili's pleasant heat made his mouth water. "Wonderful!" he exclaimed. May I have more?" "Yes," Parrot Man answered. "Once you have tasted chili, you will want it for every meal." "It's a delicious spice," Young Eagle said, enjoying every bite he took. Food had never tasted this good before. The more he ate, the more pleasure he took from the chili's flavor. Everyone was happy to see the young man eating so well. At the end of the meal, the keepers of the honeybees brought bowls of golden honey, and the corn maidens brought freshly baked cornbread. The women poured spoonfuls of honey on the bread. Young Eagle ate the delicious dessert. Young Eagle thanked the woman. He turned to Parrot Man and asked, "How did your people find chili?" "Mother Earth gives us our food," Parrot Man replied. "Long ago, our ancestors found wild chili plants. The Mayans and the Toltecs also grew this fruit. We share different seeds, and now we have many kinds of chili." Parrot Man took a bag of yellow chili seeds and filled Young Eagle's sack. "You must share the seeds with your neighbors along the great river to the north." "I promise," Young Eagle said. In the evening, Parrot Man brought Young Eagle a bowl of hot chocolate spiced with chili. It was the most delicious drink he had ever tasted. When he went to bed, Young Eagle could still feel the pleasant flavor in his mouth. That night, young Eagle dreamed of returning home. He saw Sage waiting for him in the cornfield. The next day, young Eagle thanked everyone and started home. The giant eagle was waiting for him at the canyon. I was given the chili seed, young Eagle told the beautiful bird. Your quest is done, the eagle said. I still have to cross the canyon. Winter has come and the path is covered with snow. I will take you, said the eagle. Hop on my back. Young Eagle climbed on the eagle's back, and it flew him all the way to his pueblo. Thank you, friend, young Eagle said. I could not have done it without your help. I will always protect you, said the eagle. It flapped its huge wings and flew away. Young Eagle looked at the hills and the blue sacred mountains beyond the pueblo. The countryside lay covered with snow. The cornfields lay fallow, and the once green stalks now dry and brittle. Smoke rose from chimneys. Young Eagle breathed a sigh of relief. It had been a long journey. Now it was good to be home. His parents were shelling kernels from dry corn cobs when he entered. They jumped up and greeted him with joy. Their only son had returned safely. Did you get the chili seeds? His father asked. Young Eagle showed him the bag full of seeds. We are proud of you, his parents said. Their son had accomplished a feat never done before. I want to see Sage and take the seeds to her father, young Eagle said. His parents agreed. They bundled up in buffalo robes and walked to Sage's home. Young Eagle, Sage cried. She wanted to hug him, but she waited politely for the elders to speak. Welcome to our home, Sage's father said. We are glad young Eagle has returned safe. I brought the chili seeds, young Eagle said, and handed him the bag. I asked permission to marry Sage. Sage's father looked at the seeds and exclaimed, Good. Now we have chili seeds to plant in spring. Yes, you may marry my daughter. Young Eagle took Sage's hand. They sat by the fireplace. Sage's mother served dry roasted corn and herbal tea. All listened intently as young Eagle told them of his adventures. That's how some of the first chili seeds came to the land of the Pueblos, the land of New Mexico. The chili seeds were stored in a special place. When spring arrived, the seeds were planted in the warm earth. By July, chili pods appeared on the plants. The green chili was cooked with meat, squash, and corn. The entire pueblo rejoiced. Chili made the food tasty and appetizing. In September, the chili pods turned red. The people tied dozens of pods on strings and hung them in the sunshine to dry. That winter, the dry chili was used to flavor stews of corn and meat. In 1598, when the Spanish-speaking people arrived to settle in New Mexico, they found chili growing in pueblo farms. The new colonists had already used chili peppers from different parts of the world, but New Mexico chili had a unique flavor they learned to love. Red or green, chili became a staple food in all the kitchens of New Mexico. Today, every region of the state proudly claims it raises the hottest chili with the most flavor. Farmers still save the current season seed to plant the following spring. Some of the seeds trace their origin to the seeds young Eagle brought home. Young Eagle and Sage were married, and they had many healthy children. To this day, the story of young Eagle's quest is still told during storytelling time. Okay, that was how chili came to New Mexico. It was a nice little tale of how chili came, and it's something that most people really enjoy, red or green chili. So thank you for listening to Coach's Read. We will see you guys on the next one.